Hi guys, it's Rach. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my June favourites, which means it's July, which means holy freaking Batman, it is closer to Christmas than we are away from Christmas, if that makes sense. Anyway, these are the things that I've been loving for the month of June. Starting off with, let's do a skincare favourite. I have been absolutely loving these Henriksen, the Clean Truth Cleansing Cloths. These are the brightening ones with vitamin C and CoQ10. I honestly can say that I love these because of the smell. They smell like Skittles, like tropical kind of fruity. Honestly, if you open up a bag of Skittles and open up these, they smell the same, which is amazing. They're also a really nice kind of thick cloth. They're quite moist. I hate the word moist, but they're not dried anyway. They remove my makeup quite well. I mean, you can probably get cheaper makeup removal wipes that remove your makeup in the same way, but these just have like this kind of luxurious experience about them, and honestly, I love them because I feel like I just love Skittles and I love the scent, and they're great because of that. The other skincare favourite that I have for this month is from Kiehl's, and it's their Midnight Recovery Concentrate. I decided to buy this on a whim. I'd heard a couple of people talk about it before, and I happened to be at a Kiehl's counter and thought, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot. I haven't found a serum that I'm absolutely in love with, and I thought I would give this one a go. It says a replenishing elixir of pure essential oils and distilled botanicals to visibly restore the appearance of skin by morning. And that's pretty much what I've been using it for. I've been using it each night before I go to bed. I usually apply it before I apply my moisturizer. And I just feel like it adds a little bit of extra hydration to my skin. I feel like my skin looks a little bit brighter, a little bit healthier in the morning after using this. I can't really talk to the long-term benefits of it because I've really only had it for this month. But so far I've been really enjoying that. And if you are still on the hunt for a decent serum, then it's worth giving this one a go because it's in like that mid price point. I feel like this was around $60-ish, which I mean for a serum is probably on the cheaper side given how much you can spend. So far I've been really enjoying that one. Moving on to some makeup, I have been absolutely loving the MAC Alluring Aquatic collection. I don't follow MAC collections religiously in any way, shape or form, but this collection got a lot of hype, particularly because of the packaging, which is absolutely stunning. It's this gorgeous kind of aqua turquoise colour that has these little raised droplets that make it look like it is wet. Really like the packaging. You guys know me, I'm a sucker for packaging, but I also have been really enjoying the products. This is one of the Extra Dimension bronzers in Aphrodite's shell. I had yet to try any of the Extra Dimension formula before, but I've been really enjoying it. It has like a sheen to it. It's not shimmery. It has like this kind of like demi-matte, semi-satin kind of in between. It's not straight up satin, but it's just a really pretty, I don't know, it gives a really glowy finish. I've been loving that bronzer. I've also been in love with the See Me Hear Me Extra Dimension blush. Love this. It is just so pretty, and again with that gorgeous glow to it, but not shimmery in any way, if that makes sense. Also from the collection, I've been loving Sea Warship, which is this really pretty antique gold, slightly olive undertones to it eyeshadow. I've been using this all over the lid as like a one eyeshadow eye look. Love it. Again, it has that Extra Dimension finish. And then lastly from the collection, one of the things I've been really loving is this lipstick. This is in the shade Mystical. This is really nice brown berry tone. Really great for this kind of weather, for the seasons that we're in here in autumn, winter. And it's a great everyday shade. It has a really nice sheen to it too. What is this? It's a cream sheen, so it has a nice finish to it. So thumbs up to MAC for that collection. I was really quite enjoying the product, not just the packaging itself, although that's pretty cool too. Since we are on the topic of MAC, I did want to mention one other product from them. It's their eyeshadow in Satin Taupe. Now this is one that I've loved for years and I've come back to. It's actually what I'm wearing all over my lid today. I have filmed a makeup tutorial. I don't know whether it will go up first or this one will go up first, but whichever one will go up first, I will link this look in the description box below when it is up. This is just a gorgeous all-rounder shade. I don't know, I mean, I've got a lot of eyeshadows to try, and that's obviously why I don't use it all the time, but I've definitely rediscovered my love for Satin Taupe. I think it's a fantastic all-rounder eyeshadow. If you've never tried MAC before and you had to get an eyeshadow, Satin Taupe is one that I would recommend for all skin tones, all eye colours. It's absolutely stunning and really easy to work with as well. Talking about brands that are really killing it, I've been loving a lot of Kevyn products this month, particularly the Kevyn Sculpting powder. This one's in medium. I picked this up while I was in the US and I love it. I do have it on my cheeks today. I have blended out quite a bit, but it's just a really lovely cool tone sculpting powder that is great for when you're sculpting your cheekbones, if you want to sculpt out the side of your nose, temples, whatever it is. Really lovely, very pigmented as well, so you can just use a small amount, or if you do want to build it up, you can build up this product as well. And it's really great, sleek, convenient kind of packaging, no wastage with this one. Also from Kevyn, I've been loving the Volume Mascara. This, again, is something that I've had on my list for a while, and one day I was at Mecca Cosmetica and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to get it. I believe it was $39, so it's not the cheapest, but it's also not the most expensive sort of high-end mascara by any means. It's really interesting because the packaging is really thin. If I get just another mascara, this is the Maybelline Mega Plush, you can see how much skinnier the packaging is. And it's a really small brush, which some people don't like, but I find that it does an amazing job of really like coating your lashes. It is a tubing mascara, so it comes off in like little tubes when you remove it, but it just gives you really nice volume. It's a great size brush to get right up to the roots, also on the lower lash line as well. Again, is what I'm wearing today. I've been wearing it pretty much every day since I got it. I absolutely love it. Love it. I'm actually wearing my favourite lip colour for the month today. This is the Bobbi Brown Art Stick in Rose Brown. Again, this is something that I picked up while I was in the US. Never had tried much Bobbi Brown before. Definitely never tried any of their lip products before, but I just love this. It's like this really great mix of brown and rose and plum in like a matte finish, but it's not too heavy. It doesn't feel too drying or too sticky. Really easy to apply, and I just think it's a really nice, interesting, unique colour for the autumn winter months. And I think it's great for every day as well. I've been really loving this look, and I know a lot of you guys loved it. I posted a photo on Instagram and so many of you really liked this colour, so that's what it was. It's a great lip product. Before we move on to my non-beauty favourites, I wanted to mention a couple of base makeup products that I've been really loving. The first is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15 Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. I got the shade number 1.2, but I remember I was tossing up between this and 2.1. I was kind of in between the two. This is definitely my winter shade, and I'd probably move into 2.1 as I got a little bit of a tan. It is oil-free, and it just gives a really nice full coverage. You can definitely build it up to that. It's kind of, I would say it's medium coverage just on its own, but you can definitely build it, and it gives a really nice finish to the skin. It is very long wearing, I found. Again, it's on my face today, so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. I've had it on for quite a few hours now because I put it on, filmed, went out to lunch, came back, and I'm filming again, so it still lasted really well, and it looks really nice. I don't look particularly shiny, although I have set it with a powder, which I'm going to talk about in a sec. But overall, I just think it's a really nice offering from Smashbox, and if you can get your hands on it, it's worth giving a go. I've been really enjoying applying that with my Real Techniques. This is the Multitasker brush. Now, I have always used this for powder. I've never really thought about it as a foundation brush, and I saw Lauren Curtis use this and I kind of thought, oh, it's a little bit weird, probably wouldn't do that for me. But then one day I was looking at my foundation brushes, they were all completely dirty because I am so lazy and haven't cleaned any of my brushes for quite a while, and I just picked this up and thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot. And I really like it. It's kind of like this perfect mix of a stippling brush and a buffing brush. So if you mix these two kind of together, you get this, because it's got the softness of a stippling brush, but it also has the density of a buffing brush, if that makes sense. And it also covers a fair bit of your face, so it's really fast application. You can dab it and you can also like buff it, and I just, again, applied my foundation today with this, and I'm really happy with the results. So that has been a favourite of mine before, but particularly this month it's a favourite of mine for applying liquid foundation. And then the last makeup product that I wanted to mention is the Hello Flawless Powder by Benefit. I got this in the shade Petal, which I think it might be a tad dark and a tad yellow for my skin, but it seems to blend in okay and adds a little bit of warmth to my skin, particularly if my foundations are a little bit pale, or just because I am a bit pale given that it's winter. It seems to be very smoothing on my skin, and that's what I like about it. It also does seem to give a little bit of coverage, which I tend to not find with most of my powders. Most of my powders I generally use just to set my foundation, but this does give a little bit of coverage. It has the two options. You get both a brush and a sponge with it. that comes in this little sort of bit here. I mean, you can take it or leave it. I tend to not use those, but they're good for on the go. But I just overall, I think it's really, really nice, very smoothing powder, and seems to set my makeup and make it last all day. Okay, so they were my beauty favorites. For some non-beauty favorites, a book favorite that I have is by Cora Carmak, and it's All Lined Up, which is a Rusk University novel. I enjoyed this because it's set in college, it's young people, there's a romance element to it, but it also has like, it's surrounded by a little bit about football, which is always interesting. I love when they include sports in novels and things like that. It kind of, I feel like I learn a little bit more about sport through them, because otherwise I know nothing about pretty much all sports. I know a little bit about NRL or rugby league here in Australia, and that's about it. So I love when they kind of surround hockey or football or something like that, basketball. It's just, it makes it a little bit more interesting to me. I find it fun to learn a little bit more about a sport, and it was a really great novel, quite funny as well. So I'm looking forward to reading the next one in this series. I have a couple of accessory favorites. One, actually both of them I'm wearing today. The first one is this watch here. This is by Olivia Burton. It's one of her woodland creatures kind of watches. It's actually like the bracelet one. I love it because it looks so vintage. It has a butterfly on it, which I think is absolutely adorable. And I've been on the hunt for a like thin gold watch for a little while now. And I actually wanted the rose gold hummingbird one that she has in this series, and I still might get that one at some point, but I absolutely love this one. I just think it's really cute and really dainty, and I love the vintage look about it. I think it's a little bit more unique than some of my other watches, so I've been absolutely loving that. And I picked that up from Bijou Collections here in Australia, but you can also get Olivia Burton watches on Topshop and ASOS, and there's a whole heap of other online sellers that ship to different places depending on where you live. So definitely just Google search if you wanted to try and pick up one of her watches. She has some really, really cute designs. And then the other favorite that I have is actually this scarf. I mean, it's this color in general, this kind of oxblood maroon burgundy shade is one of my favorites, but I really, really love this scarf. It's one of the infinity scarves, so I just wrap it around twice. I wear it pretty much every day with my coat to work, and it's from Topshop originally. I mean, you can get scarves like this anywhere, but I just love that it's warm and cozy, and this color is to die for. It just got really bright then. It's kind of crazy. The clouds are moving so fast because it's so windy. At the 1 minute there's no sun, and then all of a sudden it's really, really bright, and then it disappears again. Anyway, I wanted to talk about a movie favorite quickly, and that is The Fault in Our Stars. I absolutely loved it. I was so excited to see it when it finally came out. I love the book, and it was just a great movie. It was a great adaptation. I wasn't disappointed with any element of it. I really, really enjoyed it. So that was definitely a favorite of the month, even though it is kind of sad. It had a lot of happy moments to it and a lot of really funny moments as well. And finally, to finish up, I wanted to mention a couple of song favorites. The first one is Tightrope by Illy. I think that's how you say it.
I swear I'll leave you sweating off your feet. It's just, I guess I'm falling hard myself here, yeah.
Over my head.
It's like I'm walking on a tightrope, and every step could be the one where I fall. It's like I'm running.
I'm the worst dancer ever. So that was one favourite. The other favourite is by Keith Urban, and it's Cop Car from his Fuse album. I went and saw Keith Urban with my sister at the end of this month, and I didn't know all of his songs. I'd heard bits and pieces, so I was listening to his album before we went, and I just fell in love with this song. He's an amazing performer. He sung pretty much like non-stop for 2 hours, and his voice never broke. He still had tons of energy. He sounded amazing, but I love this song. I feel like the lyrics tell a really great story that belongs in some kind of like new adult romance novel. Anyway.
Bringing out the freedom in your eyes. I was too busy watching you going wild, child, to be worried about going to jail. You were thinking they're running for it, make a good story. I was thinking you were crazy as hell, and you were so
innocent. Anyway, I really love that song. I will link both of those in the description box below, as well as have a list of all the products and things that I talked about in this video, my favorites, and if I can, I'll put links to things where possible. And other than that, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I would love to hear about your favorites, so definitely share them with me in the comments below. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye!